Hello travelers! Welcome! Turin, the second largest city in Italy, is a place full of history and charm. With its architecture, parks, and galleries, it offers so much to see that we assure you, you will fall in love with every corner you visit. In this video, I will show you some of the best things to see in Turin that you absolutely cannot miss. Get ready to explore the city with me on this journey, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you won't miss videos about other cities. Ready? Let's go! The Egyptian Museum of Turin is one of the most important museums in the world dedicated to ancient Egyptian civilization. It is located in Turin, in the Piedmont region of Italy. The museum's collection includes some of the most significant exhibits in the world, such as mummies, sarcophagi, sculptures, jewelry, and other artifacts dating back hundreds of years. The museum's exhibitions showcase the glorious history of ancient Egypt, with a particular focus on the pharaohs and their religion. The museum also organizes special events and exhibitions through which archaeology enthusiasts can learn more about ancient society. The Egyptian Museum is a must-visit for anyone who wants to deepen their knowledge of ancient Egypt. The Mole Antonelliana in Turin, also known as the Tower of the City of Turin, is a 167.5-meter high building located in the city of Turin, Italy. The Mole Antonelliana is one of the most famous tourist attractions in the city and houses the National Cinema Museum, one of the largest film museums in the world. Commissioned by Alessandro Antonelli in the 19th century, the building has taken on various symbolic meanings over the years and is now an important cultural landmark of the city. The Mole Antonelliana is one of the most well-known and visited monuments in Turin. The tower is a symbol of the city and represents an important expression of Turin's industrial past. In addition to the National Cinema Museum, the main attractions of the Mole Antonelliana include the panoramic rooftop and the Carillon Hall. The Mole Antonelliana is a significant cultural and tourist center and plays a vital role in the city life of Turin. Via Roma in Turin is a street in the historic center of the city. It is one of the most important streets in the city, connecting the historic center with modern districts such as Porta Sousa. The section of Via Roma that extends from Porta Nuova to Porta Palazzo is one of the most characteristic and picturesque areas of Turin. Here, you can find numerous attractions, including historic architecture such as Palazzo Carignano, the Egyptian Museum, and the Teatro Regio. From the city's main squares, including Piazza Castello, you can access Via Roma, which winds through Via Pozzo Strada, and Via Garibaldi, eventually reaching Piazza Vittorio Veneto. Along the route, you can admire dozens of shops, bars, restaurants, and trattorias where you can enjoy classic dishes of the Piedmontese tradition. This street represents one of the beating hearts of Turin, a place for meeting, conversation, and exchange. Piazza Castello is one of the most important squares in Turin, located in the heart of the historic center. At the center of the square, you'll find the Royal Palace, the Chapel of the Holy Shroud, the Civic Museum of Art, and the Royal Theatre. Outside the square, you can see the ancient medieval walls, built in the 13th century. Piazza Castello has always been a central gathering place in Turin, hosting events and celebrations throughout the year. The square is surrounded by cafés and restaurants where you can enjoy a cup of coffee or a meal. It is an ideal place to take a stroll and explore the city's history. The square is one of the most visited places in Turin, attracting both tourists and locals alike. Porta Palazzo in Turin is an important gateway and one of the main entrances to the city. Located in the historic center, it is visible from the streets leading to Piazza Castello. Originally built in 1494, the gate was reconstructed in the 17th century in a Mannerist style by Amedeo di Castellamont. This reconstruction added two cylindrical towers, a golden eagle, and a large iron gate. Porta Palazzo is also an iconic meeting place, a starting point for tourist visits, and a significant landmark for the people of Turin. The gate is a major symbol of the city, with a history spanning several centuries. Valentino Park in Turin is a green space dedicated to the city. It covers an area of approximately 50 hectares, featuring trees and flowers of all kinds. In addition, the park is filled with recreational areas, including an amusement park, water gardens, playgrounds, an outdoor swimming pool, and many other facilities. The park also hosts various events, such as the Red Fair, the summer 4th of July celebrations, musical performances, and sports events. Valentino Park is a place of great beauty and significance for Turin, offering residents and visitors a lively and pleasant setting to gather and relax. Palazzo Carignano in Turin is a remarkable example of Baroque architecture in Italy. Built in 1679, it was commissioned by Charles Emmanuel II, Duke of Savoy. It is one of the most famous and most visited monuments in the city. The building impresses with its grand dimensions and majestic facade, which features 3 large arched doors. Inside, the palace is adorned with magnificent frescoes, marble floors, and wide staircases. Particularly spectacular, the central hall is characterized by 7 arches supported by fluted marble columns. The palace is especially famous for its role in the unification of Italy. It was here that King Victor Emmanuel II was proclaimed King of Italy in 1861. Today, it houses the Museum of the Italian Risorgimento and regularly hosts art exhibitions. Visitors can also admire its gardens, terraces, and inner courtyards. Piazza San Carlo in Turin is one of the most beautiful and historic squares in the city. It was built in 1644 at the request of Duke Charles Emmanuel I of Savoy as a meeting and celebration place for the population. Among its main architectural elements is the Church of San Carlo, one of the most important Baroque symbols of the capital of Piedmont. The square is also adorned with 2 monumental fountains. One bears an inscription commemorating the first battle of the First Italian War of Independence in 1848. The other fountain features 2 bronze statues representing the Pot and Garibaldi rivers. Piazza San Carlo is also famous for its literary café, a restaurant offering refined cuisine in an atmosphere conducive to cultural exchanges and debates. Throughout the year, the square comes alive with various cultural events, festivals, concerts, religious ceremonies, and traditional celebrations. Piazza San Carlo in Turin is a true testament to the city's rich history and culture. Piazza Vittorio Veneto in Turin is one of the largest squares in the city. It is located in the historic part of Turin, at the foot of the 𝐓𝐔𝐑𝐈𝐍 hill. The square is a vast flat area called the Argiolata, bordered to the west by the 19th century arch and to the east by the Church of San Pietro in Vincoli. The church's facade is reflected in the Vittorio Veneto fountain and is dominated by the statue of Victor Emmanuel II. All around, the square is lined with wide tree-lined avenues, some exceptionally large, creating a visually impressive effect. Many events take place here, such as concerts, theatrical performances, demonstrations, and fairs. The square is also a gathering place for the people of Turin and offers a magnificent panoramic view of the city. The Basilica of 𝐓𝐔𝐑𝐈𝐍 in Turin is a Roman Catholic church located in Turin, Italy. It is one of the most remarkable examples of Baroque architecture in the city and a popular destination for both tourists and locals. Built in 1731, it stands at the top of 𝐓𝐶𝐑𝐈𝐍 hill, overlooking the city of Turin and the Po Valley. It features an imposing dome, surrounded by a portico supported by 4 pillars. Inside, visitors can admire frescoes and sculptures decorating the walls and ceilings. The basilica is also known as the site of the tragic 1949 plane crash that claimed the lives of the entire Grande Torino football team. Today, the basilica serves as a pilgrimage site for those wishing to honor the memory of the victims of this tragedy. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it and found it inspiring. Safe travels!